Rugby controversy. Tizzano's high-magnitude impact revealed. The data from Carlo Tizzano's smart mouthguard has unveiled a significant revelation. During the final ruck of the second test at the MCG, Tizzano experienced a high-magnitude impact when he was controversially, yet legally, struck on the back of the neck. This information surfaced shortly after World Rugby's chief, Alan Gilpin, expressed his discontent regarding the backlash from Tizzano's coach, Joe Schmidt, and others concerning rugby's dedication to player safety. Gilpin pointed to the advanced instrumented mouthguards as proof of their commitment to this cause. In a media briefing in Sydney, where Rugby Australia, RA, and he and WR chair Brett Robinson had to confront the controversy surrounding referee Andrea Piardi's decision not to award a penalty to Australia in the closing moments of the second test against the Lions. This decision allowed the Lions to score and ultimately win both the game and the series. Schmidt was vocal in his criticism, asserting that Jack Morgan should have been penalized for the neck hit on Tizzano, arguing that the decision contradicted the strong emphasis on player safety that World Rugby promotes. Gilpin announced that a review involving WR referee officials, RA and the Lions, would be completed by Wednesday. When asked about the heated debate surrounding Piardi's decision, Gilpin remarked, "It is disappointing when the reaction suggests that player welfare isn't taken seriously, as we have put significant effort into that narrative." He elaborated on the advancements made with the instrumented mouthguards, emphasizing the ongoing research and scientific investigations aimed at ensuring a safe yet competitive game. The evolution of the game's laws in recent years has focused on maintaining a thrilling physical contest while prioritizing safety, a challenging balance to achieve. Later, in an interview with Stan Sports Lions Central, Schmidt defended Tizzano, who has faced criticism from some British media and Lions fans being labeled a diver. Schmidt stated, "I just caught the end of Gilpin's press conference after our training session. Regarding the instrumented mouthguards, I feel for Carlo, because he's receiving a lot of criticism. However, the impact he endured was nearly double what is classified as a high-magnitude impact." He continued, "This level of force is significant enough to cause someone to recoil as he did. And we have actual data to support this." Tizzano has been dealing with a sore neck for the past 24 to 48 hours, but he is resilient and looking forward to the upcoming weekend. Instrumented mouthguards, IMGs, were introduced globally by World Rugby last year for all players in elite competitions. These devices capture data when players' heads experience forces that could indicate a concussion risk, alerting medical staff on game day. Although Tizzano received treatment for his neck at the MCG, the data did not trigger a head injury assessment, HIA. Schmidt emphasized the importance of sharing information about the level of force involved, stating, "That impact was almost double what they determine as a high-magnitude impact." World Rugby plans to share the findings of the referee review with the teams, but will not make them public. Gilpin explained that this decision aims to protect Piardi and the match officials, as online abuse has led to mental health issues for referees and even threats against their families. Gilpin confirmed that Schmidt would not face repercussions for his post-match remarks, acknowledging the emotional nature of the situation. Joe's comments have shown respect for the challenging role of match officials. While he may disagree with certain decisions, he has not questioned their integrity. Robinson added that match officials undergo a thorough review process and, like players, can face consequences regarding future appointments. "Our team reviews each match, recognizing that there will always be aspects that work well and others that do not. Ultimately, referees are held accountable. Their performance over time influences their rankings and selection for test matches." However, Robinson also highlighted the necessity for World Rugby to support referees, referencing the public backlash faced by Nick Berry during the 2021 Lions Tour of South Africa. Nick was subjected to severe public criticism, and even today, he is still recovering from that experience. "I feel a strong responsibility to protect referees. In announcing the ticketing program for the 2027 Rugby World Cup, RA and World Rugby revealed that 1 million tickets would be available for $100, aiming to make the tournament more affordable and accessible. With the addition of 4 new teams, a record 2.5 million tickets will be sold, with prices starting at $40 for adults and $20 for children. A limited number of new superfan passes will also be available next month, guaranteeing 4 tickets to any match, including the final. Tickets will go on sale in phases starting February 2026, following the draw in December. Fans can catch all 9 matches of the British-Irish Lions tour to Australia live and on demand on Stan Sport, with Wallabies tests available in 4K. All test matches will be broadcast live and free on Channel 9 and 9 Now. Stay updated on the British and Irish Lions tour with insights and analysis from Australia's top rugby writers. Sign up for special editions of our sport newsletter to receive exclusive content. Wallabies vs. Lions rugby highlights. Painful defeat heralds new beginning. Must-watch moments. No mourning here. The Wallabies and rugby in Australia embrace a fresh start. In a poignant moment, around 40 players, staff, and squad members of the Wallabies gathered in a circle, summoned by coach Joe Schmidt after their aspirations against the British-Irish Lions faded into the Melbourne night. Those who had not participated in the match were dressed in sponsor-provided suits, dark jackets, ties, and trousers. Meanwhile, the players in gold were enveloped in a somber atmosphere. The controversial decision by the television match official to permit high contact from Jack Morgan on Carlo Tizzano, which led to the Lions' decisive try, has drawn widespread criticism from fans, broadcasters, and even Coach Schmidt himself. This moment, whether seen as unjust or not, capped off a 29-26 defeat and cast a shadow over the spirits of many in attendance at one of the world's premier sporting venues. As the crowd began to disperse, the Wallabies stood solemnly in the center of the Melbourne cricket ground, their eyes meeting Schmidt's. They were broken at the end of it, the coach reflected. We must maintain our resolve and continue moving forward. We cannot and we will not indulge in self-pity. While the scene resembled a funeral, it was far from it. For the Wallabies and the broader rugby community in Australia, this marked the dawn of a new era. The team has struggled with confidence due to years of underwhelming performances. However, when Joseph-Aukuso skillfully broke through the Lions' defense midway through the first half, setting up Tom Wright for the home side's 3rd try in just 9 minutes, a spark of belief ignited. In recent years, the Wallabies have often been overshadowed by Australia's wealth of sporting talent. Yet, in front of a record crowd of 90,307 and with over 1 million viewers glued to their screens, this fearless young team took on what many consider the world's best, reminding everyone of the glory days when the Wallabies were Australia's pride. As a team leader, it was incredibly uplifting to see the boys playing with such freedom, remarked Alan Gilpin. The Wallabies fiercely matched their opponents in a gripping first half. Leaving behind the haunting memories of their previous 42 minutes in Brisbane, Rob Vellatini and Will Skelton delivered on their promises from the outset. By the 13th minute, referee Andrea Piardi had to intervene, advising Skelton to temper his aggression after a late hit brought him face-to-face with Lions captain Mauro Itoje. A little bit late, the Italian referee noted into the microphone, his fingers delicately gesturing towards the towering Australian. "It's a big stadium," Skelton replied, unfazed. This match was filled with unforgettable moments. Victorian winger Harry Potter, playing in front of friends and family, was forced to leave the field in visible pain due to what seemed like a serious hamstring injury. Fullback Wright, recognizing his teammates' distress, tenderly kissed Potter's forehead as he limped off. The Wallabies showcased their bravery through the forwards' tenacity and the backs' willingness to take risks. Wright displayed audacity in his runs, at one point evading 2 charging Lions to create space for Tate McDermott, and shortly after, he executed a brilliant 50-22 kick. Even in the final 15 minutes, with the Wallabies clinging to their lead, he seized a looping pass from Tom Lina and sent Max Jorgensen racing down the touchline. Captain Wilson led with similar boldness, opting for an attacking lineout. Scrum half Jake Gordon's performance was marked by precise service and dependable box kicking. Just a week after being outshone by McDermott, who had made a surprising impact as a substitute wing, Gordon highlighted his night with a first-half try. Sensing the Lions' forwards tiring, he rallied his teammates, flapping his arms in encouragement, and moments later, he slipped around the ruck to score. Despite their efforts, the Wallabies were not without flaws. The stakes allowed the Lions to claw back into the game before halftime, and injuries to Potter, Valentini, and Ala Alato forced Schmidt to rely on his bench sooner than anticipated. Schmidt acknowledged that they would regret missed chances during their review sessions this week, and much attention will be given to the final moments and Piardi's interpretation of the rules. Although this performance ended in a painful loss, Coach Schmidt emphasized that the defeat in the second test still signified progress. It's never a straight path. It tends to ebb and flow, Schmidt explained. We are striving for consistency and aiming to play a style of rugby that not only entertains, but also brings us joy. And what was Schmidt's message to the team in that circle? I simply told them how proud I was of them.